What is going on, Jerome's? Happy Sunday. At an undisclosed location, headed to an undisclosed location. Also, shout out Jerome, Randall, saw him in the TSA line. It's good times, man. Yeah, Jerome's out in the wild and stuff. But something that is wild is the hype that UDFA linebacker Ivan Pace Jr. is getting. The pride of Cincinnati, pass rushing extraordinaire, just has an absolute nose for the football. And this happens every year, where a player does well in training camp, and they're usually an undrafted or unheralded guy, and the whole Mr. Mankato thing. And I think Ivan Pace Jr. is probably a shoo-in for it this year. But the question is he going to be worth the hype? Yes, I think he certainly will be, man. I mean, the fact that he started training camp with the twos. Now you could say, like, whoa, that says more about the Vikings off-ball linebacker depth. But no, I think it says more about him. I think it says more about what Brian Flores feels about him. I think it says a lot of how the team feels about him. You saw the interview that Harrison Smith did with NFL Network, really hyping up Brian Flores, hyping up Ivan Pace Jr., saying that you just wait till that first preseason game in Seattle, man. And I think that Pace, I think the Vikings may have found a diamond in the rough. I really do. And also, with Andre Carter II finally getting onto the field off a pup, the Vikings may have two aces from the discard pile of UDFAs. And with Pace, the question is, can he live up to the hype? I think that he can, because he's a kid that everyone has bet against. Played at the University of Miami, transferred to his hometown Cincinnati Bearcats, had a phenomenal season, unanimous All-American, but everyone discounted him because he doesn't check all the boxes metrics-wise, because he is 5'10" as a sawed-off linebacker, even though we just saw Zach Thomas being elected to the Hall of Fame, man. And I think that there are some similarities to their games. Yeah, and I know the comps of like London Fletcher, Sam Mills, Ed McDaniel are there, but I see a lot of Zach Thomas in Ivan Pace Jr. Well, Zach Thomas with a pass rush. I think that's what he's going to bring, man. And so the fact that he's already getting rotated in with the ones, him and Asma are going to be the off-ball duo for many years to come. And it's just really fun to see. Like, I can't wait until all Vikings fans see this kid in action in the preseason. I think that he is going to be a stud, and I think that he's going to be a regular part of this defense. Now, I don't think that he's going to supplant Asuma or Jordan Hicks. I think that Flores does recognize that Hicks is solid against the run still, and you do need a veteran leader out there to line up the defense, and I think that they'll go from there. But I do think that Pace will have a role rotating in, especially in passing situations where Ivan Pace Jr., he can create his own pass rush. He had a myriad of sacks in Cincy, pressures TFLs, and even though he's not the biggest, the strongest, the fastest guy in the world, plays with great leverage, like Flo said, and I think that it's going to be really, really hard to keep him off the field. And whether it's special teams, whether it's defense, I think that fans are going to fall in love with number 40, Klein Sasser. There's something about 40, man. But also, I mean, I want Marcus Davenport to work out here, but also if he's a one and done, and then Ivan Pace Jr. takes out number 0 like he should have had in the first place, like you rocked at Cincinnati, let's go, man. It's just the whole face paint, the whole Latimer from the program thing, the whole attitude, and also here's the thing too. Like, everyone and their mom saw Ivan Pace Jr. as a mid or late round pick just based off of tape, but of course the NFL. They're very snobbish about checking those boxes. So the fact that Ivan Pace Jr., who's already a motivated kid, now is a UDFA and has got that chip on his shoulder, and the Vikings are only going to benefit. And you do have to give Kwesi a lot of credit for getting guys like Pace Jr., getting guys like Andre Carter II here, because again, sometimes it's better to be a UDFA than a 7th round pick, because you get to choose where you go, and sometimes you get more guaranteed money than 7th or even late 6th round picks. But Ivan Pace Jr., he's a name to watch. You're going to fall in love with him on Thursday. He's going to make some big time plays, and I think that he's going to be a starter in this league for a long, long time. And I hope that the bulk of them are with the Vikings, because I think one, he's going to live up to the hype, and two, we may not even be hyping him up enough. Love to see it. But anyways, that's it. Skull, no production value.